Hi, I'm Alexandra Power, and this is my 2020 B School application. I could really do with a selfie stick. I'm in Sydney, Australia, and my premise is for a collective giving circle for wildlife. I've been in the philanthropic world since 2005. My first job was actually in Los Angeles with the Annenberg Foundation. We went through Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Ghana, looking at small nonprofit organizations over there. Since then, my world has totally opened up to philanthropy, and I've worked for major organizations all over the world in major gift fundraising. As I'm sure you saw, we've just had the most unbelievably horrific fire season in Australia. And having worked in philanthropy for nearly 20 years now, it was really interesting to me to watch how many people immediately gave to the biggest charities, thinking that that was the way to make the most profound impact. Then, very interestingly, we've had a bit of a backlash here where Andrew Constance and another MP stepped up and said, well, look at Red Cross and all of these organizations that are stepping up, that are putting that are saying that they're having the most profound impact, and yet they haven't even released any of the millions of dollars of funds to the people that desperately need it now, or the wildlife that desperately needs it now. So in the case of wildlife in Australia, we have wires, which at last count in January, and they haven't released the numbers since, they'd earned 11 million. It will be above and beyond that in a massive way. There was a bit of a backlash earlier on in late Feb, where people said, well, you're only New South Wales. And so the Celeste Barber, I'm sure you saw that, which ended up at sort of nearly 30 million, I think. And so Celeste was giving to that. And they said, well, look, you're only New South Wales wise. What are you doing to help? You're getting all of this money from all of the overseas funding basically going to you. What are you doing to help the other smaller charities? So it was only last week they finally said, oh, we're going to give 2 million to small charities, but still haven't released who their names are, how that's going. So long story short, my premise is, and I've been working on this for a while, and I've got together a good group of people, is that we want to put together a collecting giving circle for wildlife, where you put together a group of people, super simple premise. Every person pays $250 a quarter, so it's $1,000 a year, which adds up quickly as you build momentum. So we just need to build the platform of that right now. And then every quarter you give to another small wildlife charity. I'm super lucky that being on the board of various different things and looking, really knowing the ins and outs. And we really saw it in this bushfire season where so many smaller charities did get shined a light on, from the fantastic Rescue Collective and various other ones. So I've been working with them, really looking at who are these small charities that are having a massive impact and how we can step in and help them. And a little bit, it goes back to when I did that first trip with the Annenberg Foundation, where I was blown away by what $1,000 could do for a charity. And yet here we are 20 years later, and I work for major charities. At the moment, I work for the Prostate Cancer Foundation, where we get over 10 million a year, and yet you hardly see a drop in the bucket of the impact it makes. So a group has just started in Australia called Groundswell, which is a collective giving summit. And actually, I met them at a conference of collective giving last year. They're following the same model, and they're probably about 3 months ahead of me. They're doing their big launch in 2 weeks' time. So that's what I really need this for, is how do I build this platform to take it to the next level, so that I know all of these smaller animal charities are really getting the support that they need with the smallest amount of funding, and I know that they can have a huge impact. I've been an animal lover my whole life. My 2 dogs just disappeared, and I breed Gordian finches, and I've got 2 rabbits, and so that's on the home front. But it's the wildlife in Australia right now, with over 1 billion that we lost in the last fire, and we're going to lose so much more that really need our help. So please help me help them. Lots of love. Bye.